When gangsta rap became popular in the early 1990s, two strong men were secretly and occasionally brutally fighting in the background. This is the true tale of Eazy-E vs. Suge Knight, a fight involving not only music but also street politics, power, and domination. Rapper Eazy-E, whose real name was Eric Wright, was a Compton street entrepreneur who used his hustle money to start Ruthless Records. Eazy founded Above the Law, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, and NWA with Jerry Heller. He was frequently called the godfather of gangsta rap. Marion Suge Knight, a Compton football player and bodyguard with close ties to the Piru Bloods mob, emerged. Suge immediately became well known for adopting street tactics to obtain muscle, intimidation, and dread. He was tall and commanding. He became a music executive in the early 1990s and late 1980s by using his contacts in the industry and street smarts, and he eventually co-founded Death Row Records with Dr. Dre and The D.O.C. However, he had only one objective in mind prior to that: Ruthless Records and Eazy-E. Dr. Dre felt overworked and underpaid when he first became famous with the NWA, and he said that Eazy and Jerry Heller were taking the majority of the money. Michelle Liu and the D.O.C. were also not pleased. It made Ruthless tense, and Suge Knight, a former bodyguard with connections to the Piru Bloods mob, saw his opportunity. Suge began conversing with Dre and offering him ownership, creative freedom, and money. But Dre and D.O.C. were still bound by their contracts, so leaving Ruthless wasn't that easy. Suge Knight made the decision to get his hands dirty. Suge Knight and a group of men allegedly locked Eazy-E in a hotel room, threatened to hurt him, and even called his mother and other family members by name, according to Eazy-E and Jerry Heller. The result? Dr. Dre and D.O.C. were able to leave Ruthless because Eazy signed releases under duress. Eazy later promised Heller that he would get Suge Knight back and that he would sue him and prevail in court, but those plans never really came to pass before Eazy passed away too soon. In 1991, Suge founded Death Row Records alongside Dre, Dick Griffey, and D.O.C. In addition to revolutionizing the West Coast rap sound, the 1992 album, The Chronic, openly disparaged Ruthless Records and Eazy-E. Snoop Dogg and Dre made fun of Eazy as a has-been on songs like Dre Day. However, Eazy retaliated. Real Motherfuckin' G's, one of the most vicious diss tracks in rap history, was released by Eazy-E in 1993. He made fun of Dre's history as a world-class wreckin' crew member. He chastised him for becoming a studio gangsta. He recruited real Compton street guys Dresta and BG Knockout. With Dre wearing makeup and sequins, the video parodied him and made references to his early days. While the rest of the world played checkers, Eazy-E showed that he wasn't scared by Suge Knight by playing chess. When Eazy was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in early 1995, it was initially thought that he had asthma. Rather, he received an HIV/AIDS diagnosis and passed away at the age of 31 a month later. It quickly sparked rumors and shocked the rap community. Suge Knight made an unsettling remark about killing people by injecting them with Eazy-E needles during his 2003 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Years later, the video became viral and contributed to conspiracy claims that Suge may have been involved in Eazy's death, even though there was never any evidence to support such. Since then, several of Eazy's close friends and his son, Lil Eazy-E, have questioned the validity of his death. Eazy continued to control half of Ruthless over the years, and he was negotiating with Ice Cube to fully rejoin NWA prior to his passing. Additionally, he was negotiating a new distribution agreement with Priority Records. He was rumored to be ready to sue Suge and Death Row in court to recoup lost contracts and royalties. Eazy had just signed Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, who would later record The Crossroads, a #1 Billboard song and a homage to Eazy. Many people think that Eazy may have made a historic return if he had been living today. Suge Knight vs. Eazy-E was not a rap rivalry, rather, it was a conflict between vision and brutality, independence and intimidation, and intelligence and might. In hip-hop, Eazy was a pioneer of autonomous black ownership. Rap was dominated by Suge's use of that concept as a tool of intimidation until it collapsed and burnt. In the end, both guys changed the industry permanently.